This video is brought to you by the Turtle Flakes podcast. Turtle Flakes, the tasty breakfast treat that tastes just like pizza. Prepare to get shell-shocked.
Cowabunga dudes, this is Anthony, aka Bad Bomb 82, and welcome to another episode of Totally Tubular Turtle Tuesday, the one day of the week where I devote my channel to something TMNT related. So for this episode, I'll be taking a look at the 8-bit Funko Pop Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles set. Now, taking a look at the front of the boxes, we can see that all 4 turtles are showcased in your standard Funko Pop packaging. We can see that Leo is numbered at number 4, Donnie at 5, Raphael at 6, and Mikey at number 7. Turning all 4 boxes around, we can see an image of the 4 figures on the left, and in the center, the other figures from this lineup, including all 4 turtles, Shredder, and a foot soldier. So with the boxes out of the way, let's crack these things open and see what we have inside. Alright guys, now let's take a closer look at the Funko Pop 8-bit Turtles. Yes, I have been wanting these guys for the longest time. As you guys know, followers of my channel, I am a huge Ninja Turtles fan. But I'm also a fan of all things 8-bit because I come from the era of old school video games when they had little 8-bit sprites and things like that. You know, in the era of Atari and old school Nintendo, things like that were just very, very cool. And I fell in love with these instantly because just something about that 8-bit style for me, especially I think for my generation, is just very vintage and just tugs at my geeky heartstrings. So very, very cool. So I'm going to start off taking a look at Mikey here. Now, for the most part, a lot of these figures are similar as far as like the sculpt goes. You're really going to get mostly just the same, different paint and then different accessories. So their heads, I will compare these real quick. So the heads are all the exact same sculpts, and so are the bodies. Like I said, what you're going to get different is going to be like their weapons and their color scheme. And even right here, you can see the mouths are painted differently. So with Raphael, it's made to look like he's showing both sides of his teeth. Or over here on Michelangelo, he's just made to look like he's smiling. But they're in fact the exact same sculpt through and through. But what's very cool, this 8-bit style is just insane. Now, I reviewed the Batman one, Funko Pop 8-bit Batman, which is very nice. But the sculpting of these is pretty intense. The fact that they got all the way around all that insanely detailed sculpt is, I would assume the math of this and just the sketching of this would have to be insane. So I'm pretty sure this is all like 3D mapped out, digitally mapped out and whatnot. But it's so very cool, and it kind of reminds me of the old school Nintendo sprites from the very first NES Nintendo Turtles game. So that's kind of why I picked these up, because it just made me think of that instantly. Just, those designs in Funko Pop form, which is very cool. As you can see, he does have his nunchucks right there with the brown handles and the silver chain. I love how it's just like, even that's blocked off. And it is leveled with the ground. So when you do stand him, you see how his nunchucks just kind of hit the floor, and it kind of helps him balance a little bit, which is very, very cool. I kind of wish they had the initials on the belt, on the logos right there on the belt buckle. But they don't, but it's not a big deal for the most part. So it looks really cool. I love that quite a bit. So let's take a look at Raphael now. Raphael, again, looks really, really cool. Again, how they showed how they have the same sculpt, but he is showing both sides of his teeth, which looks very nice. The sides look fantastic. You see how they're kind of squared off. They have that 8-bit style, which is very nice too. I love that. So very cool. I love how they did the design of that. The painting of the bandana all looks really good. They're all flared off to the same side. I wish they had did them in different positions, you know what I mean? Maybe one on this side and then another on this side, maybe one coming out the back. I don't know. That's just something a little different I wish they would have done to mix them up a bit, but still look very, very cool. And then all their belts are actually color coordinated with the turtles themselves. So not the black belts or brown belts. So like he has a red belt, Michelangelo has an orange, and so and so. So he looks pretty awesome too. Now Donatello looks very rad here. You can see with this one, He's just showing his teeth on the one side, which is on his left side, your right, which looks very cool. Again, he has the purple belt, which looks very cool. You can see his staff just looks insanely awesome, in my opinion. I love how they did that. Just segmented with all those blocks. Just very cool, man. I love how they designed these. Just 8-bit, just throughout the entire figure, which is insanely rad. I love that so much. Just very cool how they designed that. So another great piece. Now we're going to look at my favorite turtle last but not least, which is Leonardo, my personal favorite Ninja Turtle. He has the blue belt. He has his teeth showing on his right side, which is your left. Again, very cool. You can see the swords are kind of 8-bit too, how they have the little edging like that, with nice done bright silver with some brown paint for the handles. You can see how they kind of like mold. I don't know if they're molded in there or glued in separately. I'm not sure how they did that. I'm pretty sure all the weapons are separate molds, and then they just stick them in there and glue them in place into the hands, because that's kind of how it seems, because they all do have the same hands. If you look at Michelangelo's right here, he's just not holding any weapons, but it seems like they just sculpted them to look like, or to sculpted them and then glued them in place so they do not come out whatsoever. So very cool. Again, I love the shell, how they did that. Almost looks like an Aztec pyramid on his back, which is very cool. Pretty rad. I love the design of these. Now, one thing I will say about these, they do not have any articulation. And I'll bring in this real quick. This is a standard Funko Pop Leo. With these older ones, they have at least like a head rotation, and you can see the difference and whatnot. There is even a size difference with these two. All the new 8-bit ones are a little smaller than the original Funko Pops. That's a little bit of a shame. I wish they were the same size, but it's nothing crazy terrible. Also, with all the 8-bit ones, they are very solid. Just full solid sculpt. They're solid pieces of plastic. I'm assuming that's why they shrunk them a little bit, just to save on a little bit of cost. Because where the old Funko Pops, they're a little bit they're pretty much hollow and whatnot. But these are just very solid all the way through, just solid plastic, whatever material they're using, which came out very nice. And again, no head rotation, but that is a little disappointing, but again, very solid pieces. So overall, I actually think these are pretty rad figures, especially if you're a fan of the Turtles. I mean, if you're a fan of the Turtles like I am, you're going to get everything Turtles. If you're a fan of 8-bit and old video games, you're going to love these too. If you're a fan of Funko Pop, I'm sure you're going to love these. So if you can find them, I highly suggest picking them up. I picked these up for my friends over at Ageless Geeks, and I think you will absolutely dig them for your Funko Pop collection. So for a quick size comparison, here they are standing next to a Marvel Legends Captain America figure, as well as a DCUC Batman figure. And for your Funko Pop comparison, here they are standing next to a standard Funko Pop Leonardo and an 8-bit Funko Pop Batman figures. And just for fun, here they are standing next to little Lego Bat Bomb. So there it is, guys, my review of the 8-bit Funko Pop Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles set. Now overall, I just think these are really fun and really cool figures to have displayed on your shelves. They are so very awesome, and I think Funko did a great job. If you're a giant fan of the Ninja Turtles like I am, and a really big fan of those old school video games and 8-bit sprites, then I think these Funko Pops are absolutely perfect for you. They captured them perfectly. Great sculpts, really cool paint, and I love the fact that even their weapons are 8-bit. If you're looking for some really fun display pieces, then I think these figures are the ones to get for your collections. So head over to agelessgeeks.com for awesome action figures like these and all the things you love. So please comment, like, and subscribe. Cowabunga dudes, and stay nerdy, my friends. Peace.